Pennsylvania on Wall Street. Before the reports, stock futures are down, but not by much. On Monday Night Football, Miami got left out in the cold in Pittsburgh. The Steelers knocked the Dolphins out of playoff contention and stayed in first place in the AFC North Division.
Hopefully the belief is starting to pick up because it's tough to play in the cold weather. And if we can take care of business, and we're going to be hosting the game right here.
Quarterback Aaron Rodgers on ESPN after throwing 2 touchdown passes, leading Pittsburgh past Miami 28-15. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Tuesday. Merry Christmas. This is News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. You can join us online at Radio Para Mí. Download the free app and join us online. Some Texas notes for you. The Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, is suing several TV companies.
The Attorney General says the companies are spying on Texans by secretly recording what they watch in their own homes. The major companies being sued include Sony, Samsung, LG, as well as Hisense and TCL, which are both based in China. Paxton says companies have no business illegally recording Americans' devices, especially those connected to the Chinese Communist Party. His office claims the companies have been unlawfully collecting personal data through automated content recognition technology, which can then be transmitted back to the company without the user's knowledge or consent.
Eric Bushman with that report. Another case from the Attorney General's office. State of Texas is suing a company in Wisconsin for blocking parents' access to their kids' medical records.
The lawsuit accuses electric health record software company Epic Systems of holding an illegal industry monopoly and restricting Texas parents' access to their children's records. In a statement, Attorney General Ken Paxton said, "We will not allow woke corporations to undermine the sacred rights of parents to protect and oversee their kids' medical well-being." Epic denies all charges, pointing out that parental access is decided by doctors and health systems. As for the woke comment, the Epic CEO is known for donating to Democratic campaigns. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
More business notes of your morning. Ford is pulling the plug on their F-150 Lightning EV and shifting its focus to hybrids. They say there's not enough demand for Ford electric trucks. NASDAQ is planning to expand its trading day to 23 hours, 5 days a week.
According to a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the new schedule would start at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday and close Friday at 8 p.m. Day sessions would run from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m., followed by an hour break, and then the night session would begin at 9. NASDAQ says that it's seen a growing interest in overnight trading, especially among investors in Asia and other areas where business hours are outside those in the U.S. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Our neighbor, Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, making the news. Elon Musk on Monday, he took it up several notches. So he crossed the $600 billion mark in his wealth. Forbes noted that Elon Musk's wealth actually reached $677 billion at midday trading as SpaceX is preparing to go public next year at a valuation of about $800 billion. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And Merriam-Webster selecting the word slop as its 2025 word of the year. Yeah, you know what slop is. It's just it's being used differently now.
According to Merriam-Webster, the term slop originally referred to soft mud in the 1700s and later evolved to mean food waste and rubbish. However, in 2025, it has come to be defined as digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of artificial intelligence. The pick for word of the year is based on a significant increase in searches, and the dictionary's editors chose it to reflect the year's trends and events. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's like they put together these pictures, right? And if you look closely, the faces are all distorted, eyes are all over the place. It's like the ears where the eye is. Like if you look closely to some of these big crowd pictures that AI produces. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather with the time. And I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch for the perfect gift or the stocking stuffer. You need to head on over to Martin Farm and Ranch. Don't forget about your animal's nutrition as well. Martin Farm and Ranch supplies the best selection of Purina feeds. If you stop by, give Dougie a big Christmas hug from us. Thank you. Weather meteorologist Jason Katerina is joining us. A nice cool morning today. So take us over the next 2-3 days, Jason, the temperature trend. What you got?
It's going to warm up a little bit over the next couple of days. We've got a little system that's going to move up from the south to the north, so that's going to bring some extra clouds, a couple of showers to us overnight tonight and during the day tomorrow. And then the associated warm front with that thing will lift north, so it gets warmer as we head through the day on Thursday. And then we've got another front that's going to dive through or try and dive through most of the area as we head into Friday, which will cool us back off. And then things start to warm back up again as we head into Saturday a little bit.
Okay. By how much on Saturday? The warm
we're going, so today, upper 60s, low to mid 70s. Tomorrow, upper 70s near 80. Thursday, low to mid 80s. Back down to the low and mid 70s Friday. And then back to the low to mid 80s on Saturday.
Whatever you say.
Like ping pong.
Yeah, no, I got you. And whatever is that you report, we usually add about 5 more degrees to it.
Yeah, that's why I try and give you guys a bit of that range. So, the actual high we're forecasting is 78 tomorrow. So, upper 70s, maybe low 80s. So that's why I try and give you guys a bit of the range.
No major changes to the long-term forecast. Christmas is 9 days away, right? So you're still calling for temperatures Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
Mid and upper 70s right
70s. Now. Okay, that's fine. Just please.
Nice days, nice and sunny. A little bit of a east breeze.
No, don't let that temperature go up any more than that, buddy. Yeah,
fire up the weather control machine.
There we go. Let's see. Highs today. There is a weather control machine. We have an anti-rain force field around it. The joke is, Freddie has it here. There's no rain in the forecast, so we can play it without damaging the atmosphere at all. Yeah, it's when we get a cool front or some rain coming to this area, it teases us. A big old line of showers, and then poof, it disappears.
So it happens here too.
It was the anti-rain force field. See that? There we go. We can't control the weather. Let's see here. Highs today will be mid 70s, low to mid 70s, and then lows tonight should be like in the low to mid 60s. And as far as national days, I got to let you go. It's chocolate covered anything.
Oh, rock and roll. I like that.
Tastes good with chocolate. All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina on 710 KURV. The time is 7:12. A business note, in the Texas electricity market, some industry watchers say, count on nuclear to keep us warm in the winter, cool in the summer, and to keep power flowing to all those data centers that are coming to Texas.
The failure during Winter Storm Uri was nearly 5 years ago. There's concern that with a growing number of data centers, that could happen again. State leaders are betting on advances in nuclear power to shore up the grid.
They're going to be very much electricity and power hungry, and nuclear is the ideal response.
Ayman Hawari heads the Department of Nuclear Energy at Texas A&M. They're helping develop what are called small modular reactors, which are a far cry from the giant cooling towers that people associate with nuclear power.
Michael Ward with that report. The Department of Homeland Security is reporting the early results of their enforcement operation in New Orleans.
DHS confirms the arrests of more than 250 people so far in the federal immigration enforcement operations in the New Orleans area. The agency said recent arrests include a member of the Rollin' 30s gang, convicted pedophiles, and people accused of drunk driving. It's unclear how many of the 250 have been released or are in the process of being deported. I'm Rory O'Neill.
You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Up next, our radio station friend, Julian Alvarez, the former chief of Texas Workforce. Some impressive news. We had a local employer that won the Texas Workforce Large Employer of the Year for the entire state of Texas. And, I think they won it again. they won it one time. So we'll talk about that and take a look at workforce pressures in South Texas. It's a good problem to have. Job demand all over the place. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology that makes up the amazing Genesis vehicle lineup. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2026 Genesis GV80 with an impressive 0.99% APR for 36 months. Come see See where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com.
Since 1955, Martin Farm and Ranch has been the Valley's premier Purina feed and hay dealer.
But we're so much more than a feed store.
We carry saddles and tack, tons of show feeds and supplements, and the best line of cattle chutes and sweet tugs, alleyways and scales around. Not to mention acres of ranch fencing and posts.
The Martin family would like to thank you for 65 years of business. And let's all give thanks for the birth of the Christ child. Merry Christmas!
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Your Houston Texans host the Las Vegas Raiders. Kickoff at 3:25 on News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is home to the Aggies. Texas A&M hosting Miami Saturday, 11 o'clock kickoff right here on 710 KURV. Big thank you to our many supporters this season and now in the playoffs. Big thank you to JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. What's up, Tommy? Over at Hank Assad, Aggie Football on 710 KURV. It's so good to have a dear friend back in the studio. I call him Jules, Julian Alvarez is our former commissioner for Texas Workforce. And yes, we're all getting used to the whole video online platform stuff. And Jules said, "Yeah, you're not showing our faces, right? We're not putting our faces. Yeah, we are. We're pixelating though. Para los feitos like you and me, they pixelate our faces. So yeah, they're just always blurred out. Yeah. Former commissioner, Texas Workforce, and to call you and the efforts when you were commissioner. Which, by the way, how many years was that you were commissioner?
So I was appointed twice.
Okay.
By Governor Abbott. And so I served 7 years full term.
Yeah, to call you and your crew leaders in innovation, I don't think that does justice, because the programs that you spun and successfully implemented are models for the nation, and can possibly, I see this as potentially making up for that awful shortfall in health professionals on the front line. So let's start there, because we can't, this is like the top hit in music radio. We can't play this enough, and we can't talk about this enough. So as commissioner of Texas Workforce, let's revisit the apprenticeship medical, first in the nation, medical apprenticeship program started right here in the Rio Grande Valley. So tell me how this was birthed and how you were able to implement that.
So great question. So back right after the pandemic, we had a visit at DHR Health. And Robbie Haddad and some other folks invited us to go speak to them and just hear them out about some of their challenges. And one of the things that myself and my chief of staff heard over and over was that there was a shortage of registered nurses. So I thought, okay. And I asked them, what could we do to address that? And as you know, it was hard getting instructors. So Dr. Valerio, RGV College was there as well, along with South Texas College. And what we heard over and over was the shortage. And so as soon as I left that meeting, Sergio, I got back with my chief of staff and I said, we need to research this. And in her research, we found that during one of the legislative sessions, that the legislature had mandated that we look for ways to increase the number of healthcare professionals, specifically in RNs. And then what we saw in the report was that the two reasons many of the students weren't attending registered nursing programs, one was because they had to quit their jobs. At one point, they would have to quit their jobs because the healthcare profession is so demanding. We know that. And the other was because of lack of transportation, especially in South Texas. We know that many households down here have one car. And so what we saw were, how could we address that? And the two things that came out of it was, we got to pay those that do clinical work, and similar to like internships. And the other was, we needed to incorporate in K through 12 pre-apprenticeship programs.
Okay. And we have, Lord knows how many young people that are in the program now. It's been up and running for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, so that's good that you asked, because next Thursday, matter of fact, RGV College has a cohort, their third cohort of students that are going to be graduating Thursday at the conference center.
Nice.
And we, at the same time, simultaneously, South Texas College is also training apprenticeship nurses.
How many huercos? How many students? How many nurses? How many
So we're looking at,
más o menos?
well, so the cohorts are small because you have to understand, and this was new to DHR as well, that whenever you have a student that is an apprentice, you have to have a journeyman, which is that's a apprenticeship talk, which really means a preceptor, a mentor. And so you have to have one-to-one. So if I had 200 apprentices, that would mean I'd have to have 200 registered nurses to be there. That's pretty much impossible. So the cohorts are as small as 20. And so at our third cohort right now, if you think about it, and that's just the RGV College, I mean, we're looking at hopefully 60 students that have graduated within the last 2 years or year and a half. Yeah.
And it's all limited based on the number of teachers or mentors that can stand side by side.
That's correct.
And I was surprised. I was telling you off air how surprised I was that it took this long. It took the Valley. It took your office. It took DHR. It took local schools as well to set the example. I'm guessing it was COVID that kicked our butts and said, we got to do something. And you guys, you innovated. You and the team at Texas Workforce innovated this. Well, if we have residency programs for doctors, there's a doctor, there's a resident, and they have their mentors. Well, we need to do the same thing for all the other disciplines.
That's correct.
That walk the halls in hospitals. And it's up and running. It's year 2 going on year 3
That's
now,
correct.
something like that. So excellent. You're also mentioning upskilling folks that maybe do work at the hospital, but would like to attain the skills for, drawing blood or something like that. There's also efforts like that. Describe those.
So in 2016, when I first got appointed, I guess the first group that met with me were Dr. Ambrosio Hernandez, you had Maritza Padilla, you had Dr. Alvarado, who's now with ESC, Region 1, and they were addressing, how could we train or reskill some of our current workforce staff. So they came in there asking for a grant, which was skills development grant, which would allow an individual or an incumbent worker, somebody who's already working, to actually regain or upskill their current workforce or their current skill set. I'll give you an example. So one of the things we were doing is we would take folks that work at a call center. Let's assume it's a call center. And usually when you call someone at a call center, the call center will take a call and they'll direct a call thinking with the best decision they can do. So if they're saying, I have a migraine headache, who can help me? They'll say, well, let me send you to a certain doctor. Well, now with the training that these individuals are getting through the skills development grant, these call center employees are better informed and they're getting EMS, EMT training as if you were out there in the field, and they can do a better assessment. That's upskilling. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what's happening right now. And so just so that you know, TWC awarded back in 2017, 2018, the first skills development grant, the second largest skill development grant in healthcare in the state.
Julian Alvarez is Vice President of Business Development at Lone Star National Bank, and he is our former Texas Workforce Commissioner. The state of Texas did that gig for 7 years. Innovation is the name of the game, and implementation in the Valley, in the RGV. We're setting an example and setting the standard for Texas and for the nation on the healthcare side. And even just a quick mention, because we can do another interview as it's coming up, water treatment.
Yes.
At municipal city level. Anybody, hey, you guys want some water treatment skills? I mean, who wants water treatment? You guys mowing the lawn, vente. Oh, so tell me about that one.
Yeah. So the last thing that we want to experience is a Flint, Michigan incident, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so while I was commissioner, and even to this day, what I hear all the time is, are there technicians out there that can treat our water, right? I mean, is there programs in our high schools that are developed or in place to do that? Nobody knows that, right, Sergio? So what we have to do is we have to inform the general public and municipalities or irrigation districts how important it is to have these people out there.
Yeah.
Well, there is a program now, and through the Trust of Americas, with the help of some of the folks at EDCs, we're going to host an event in January, and we're going to inform them that there was a grant awarded by Jesse Herford and NatBank that was in the amount of $80,000 to train these individuals, current workforce in a municipality or irrigation district at no expense to them.
Yeah, people in the Parks Department, people, whatever they're doing,
Yep.
they can get that skill set certification and be part of the water purification efforts.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. That's coming up.
Yes,
We'll
that's
have that.
coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a recent grant. And, we're hoping to have Possible Dreams, that new school that was developed by Dr. King and his staff.
Mm-hmm.
That new school, it's a charter school that allows 18 to 50-year-olds to receive their high school diploma.
Yeah.
But then from there, we're creating a bridge so they can receive a credential like this.
You're talking about Region 1, Dr. Dan King.
That's right.
Working with South Texas College,
That's right.
with Edinburgh CISD.
That's right.
Let's get, we've done a few interviews on that one. Fascinating. In fact, I
Mhm.
want to get the superintendent back in here
Yes.
as well, Dr. Mario Salinas. It's like phlebotomy and welding.
welding.
Oh, my goodness. Join the long line of employees driving
Yeah.
from here to the port every
That's
day
right.
to go cut steel,
That's
steel,
Mhm.
weld it, all that stuff. There were a couple of other certify the commercial driver's license.
Mhm.
Ooh, you can't get enough of those.
Well,
right
I
now.
just talked to John Hershey, and one of the things that he wants to do with Workforce Solutions is we're going to look at ways that we can train short-term training for what do they call those air traffic controllers here at South Texas College. Isn't that amazing? I mean, those are conversations we're having right
What a
now.
wonderful time to be alive here in the Rio Grande Valley. And it's great to see this synergy
Mhm.
on the training side and the education institutions from high school and the colleges to create that pipeline.
Yes.
Because, Lord, we got thousands of jobs
Yes.
right now and
Yes.
thousands more on
Yes.
the way, and we need to fill all
Yes.
those positions. Julian Alvarez is Vice President of Business Development at Lone Star National Bank. Julian Alvarez is the expert on workforce issues. I would challenge you to find me somebody that knows more about Texas workforce needs and programs and innovation than Julian Alvarez. He was our commissioner for Texas Workforce for 7 years. And we need to extend as big a congratulation as we could voice and express to the family at DHR
Yes.
Health. Texas Workforce, this is a big deal, people. Texas Workforce has named DHR Health like as far as large, has named them the large employer
Yes.
of the year. So what went into that for this year's big prize for DHR?
Yeah, we were real excited. So the announcement was made last week at their annual conference.
Uh-huh.
What's really unique.
The Texas Workforce Conference.
Yes,
yeah.
the Texas Workforce Conference that was held in Corpus Christi. One of the things that's very unique about this award was it's the second time that this award has been given to DHR for innovation, for programs like the apprenticeship program we talked about, the implementation of upskilling through the skills development grant. I mean, these people and they're so innovative. And what I love about working with the DHR family is they're always willing to give something a chance. And so working with people that have been placed in foster care, they just hired Vanessa Vera, who's overseeing their educational component of the school. I don't know if you know this, Sergio, but because of all of this innovation, DHR is now creating their own school, a school that is regulated by TWC, where they can teach 9 courses online or at the site for incumbent workers, as we referenced earlier, or for new employees that will be guaranteed jobs upon completion. So it's amazing. Like they're starting their own college, but not in competition with our local colleges or universities.
Yeah. So it's based on the job openings.
Yes.
Make sure you get the right skill set. We'll bring you aboard.
Yes.
And then, by the way, we have upskilling as well available if you'd like to move from that.
Yes.
And get some medical training for some of the other job openings. Wow.
So it was the goal of the chairman, and this happened years ago, chairman and of course board members like Alonso Cantu, Dr. Singh, folks like that were wanting to take individuals that worked in the cafeteria or worked in ground maintenance. And what they wanted to do is take them from an hourly wage and provide them a salary compensation, right?
Yeah.
And so what we did was we took somebody that worked in ground maintenance and made them an HVAC technician. Or we were able to provide them the skill set to be a phlebotomist. You see what I mean? So how cool. They went from working outside to inside because we saw that their kids were seeing what they were doing and how exciting it was for their kids to say, my dad's a nurse. My dad wears scrubs. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you. And with the opportunities, prosperity, the jobs, the careers available now that we've never seen before in the Valley. Thank God for this opportunity for it. I'll give you an example. Mario Salinas at Edinburgh CISD with their career and technology program and the parents watching their kids entering the bays to learn how to cut and fuse steel and then saying, we'd like to learn that as well. So now
Yes.
Again, STC, Region 1. The Edinburgh schools, now they're taking the same base. Night school? Okay, Dad, come in here and learn. Go to the port with your huerco and go do that later. There. Work a six-figure salary here pretty soon.
You know, and I like what you were talking about, and I appreciate the fact that you allow me to talk about apprenticeship because, it's 2,000 hours of on-the-job training. You're on the job training in a lab setting, whether it's delivering a baby, checking someone's blood, walking hand in hand with the registered nurse. Where else do you see that? The hands-on training is so important.
I'm just proud. It's the Valley. We're the ones doing it. God bless you, Julian, for this program. Again, congratulations to DHR Health, all the family out there. We are so proud from the beginning. I tell every time I go to DHR and I interview some of the new doctors there. Yeah, we've been here since the beginning of that one little clinic. And we would do the Davis Rankin show here. And I'd interview Dr. Gelman. Everybody.
Yes.
And now look at the massive campus that is. You hear the guy? We need to catch that guy that's mowing the lawn outside. Say, you want to become a phlebotomist? You want a career in medicine? We can get him.
And we'll give him a job.
There we go. Julian, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to DHR Health. Texas Workforce Large Texas Employer of the Year. Part of that is the fact that they hired like over 1,100 people over the past year or something like that within the last reporting period.
Yes.
Oh, they're going bad. How many employees? You have any idea how many employees
I want to say 7,000. Yeah, we have 7,000 employees.
Goodness. Vice President for Business Development at Lone Star National Bank, or former Commissioner for Texas Workforce, is Julian Alvarez. Bless you, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
It is the Tuesday edition of the Valley's Morning News. Merry Christmas from News Talk 710 KURV, all the gang at Radio United. This is your station for Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night football. We got Monday night football results next on the Valley's Morning News.
Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health.
From the DHR Health Internal Medicine Clinic, Dr. Roque Mifuji, internal medicine specialist.
As internal medicine, we focus on a wide variety of medical conditions, going from like simple respiratory viruses or common colds, all to more difficult or complex conditions. We can manage diabetes, hypertension, obesity. We tend to manage all medical conditions in general. And we also have, compared to family medicine, for example, which they can also see a lot of children and patients in all age ranges. Internal medicine, we focus mainly in adult patients and even elderly patients as well. We see a wide variety of conditions, mostly chronic conditions like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, all of those which are very prevalent here in the Valley. We also are the ones in charge of focusing and identifying other more complex conditions that require referrals, for example, to other specialties like cardiology, gastroenterology, endocrinology. But we're kind of like the first line of defense when we're dealing with any chronic comorbidities. And right now, obesity is linked to many other conditions. It's linked to obstructive sleep apnea, it's linked to heart conditions, hypertension, high cholesterol levels, also related to stroke and certain types of cancer. So it's definitely fundamental that we start addressing obesity, especially in an area that has been so badly affected by obesity.
From the DHR Health Internal Medicine Clinic, Dr. Roque Mifuji, internal medicine specialist, DHR Health.
This has been Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health. For you, for life.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now during Infinity's once-in-a-wintertime event. Drive off in your own 2025 Infinity QX50, which is 0% APR for 36 months. And all Infinities come available with the Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Dana Lash Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potomac app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Rockets fought neck and neck with Denver Nuggets last night, but fell just short, 128 to 125. Houston got the hot start offensively, outscoring the first quarter by 6, but Denver wouldn't let that stand as they put up 34 points in the second to lead by 7 going into the half. The second half would make the game even closer, as the largest lead of the half would be 5 points, at one point held by both teams. Then, with just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter and the Rockets trailing by 1, Alperen Sengun hit the hook shot to give Houston the lead. Jamal Murray would hit a free throw for Denver, sending the game to overtime, and the Nuggets took care of business in the extra period to win by 3. Next up, the Rockets have part 2 of the 6-game road trip Thursday against the New Orleans Pelicans, set for 7 p.m. The Dallas Stars fell behind early but turned things around to defeat the Los Angeles Kings last night. Both teams would go scoreless in the first, but the Kings would strike first in the second period with a snapshot from Andrei Kazinko. It would only take the Stars 4 minutes to return fire with Matt Duchene's second goal of the season, first since returning from a 2-week injury. Wyatt Johnston would tap in an empty netter as well for a final score of 4-1. Next up, the Stars head to San Jose to face the Sharks Thursday night at 9. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
Got a nice forecast. So highs today should be low to mid 70s. Lows tonight in the low to mid 60s. AccuWeather saying, well, we might get a brief shower somewhere in South Texas. Chance of rain a little bit tonight. A couple of showers going into the forecast tomorrow as well. So highs tomorrow should be upper 70s. Right now, temperatures are low to mid 50s across the valley. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. So if you're headed back to Brownsville, 20-30 minutes at B&M and Gateway, and less than 5 minutes at Veterans. South of Harlingen, Los Indios is at 30, and if you're driving back to the McAllen Mission Edinburgh area, and San Luis is at 1 hour, 45 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge, 1 hour at the Far Bridge. Producer Freddie Cruz is feeling generous right now, so he has a family 4-pack for the South Pole Illuminated Festival at the McAllen Convention Center. Real pretty. They got train rides and a s'more station and that NASA photo exhibit. The artisans are there, the market, the carnival. It's a wonderful Christmas experience with a what gives. Take the kids, family 4-pack. Do you want it? Go to the Convention Center McAllen. Go to the campus. It's the South Pole of Texas Illuminated Festival. What you need to do is send Fred Cruz a message via WhatsApp to the following number. Yo, Freddie, give me a family 4-pack to that McAllen Convention Center winter experience. Here's the number. Send Freddie the message. I want a family 4-pack, Freddie. 956-862-2482. 862-2482. Just ask Fred Cruz. Family 4-pack, please, for the McAllen South Pole of Texas experience at the Convention Center. 956-862-2482. The Valley's Morning News Business News Check of Your Money up next. If you know someone who's moving to South Texas, you should recommend that they call the Ryan and Brian real estate team, start a conversation with them, much like my tocayo, Sergio and Jamie did. They were in Ohio. They needed to come home to South Texas and be close to family. So from a distance, Sergio and Jamie were able to work with the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Alex from the team made everything so easy. You know, you can do all these virtual showings, have these virtual conversations, get a tour and see various properties. That's precisely what they did. The Ryan and Brian real estate team, Alex from the team, made everything easy for these two who were in Ohio. All pretty much the entire transaction can be done remotely. The Ryan and Brian real estate team, expert negotiators. They were able to negotiate a deal with thousands in concessions for these two who needed to move to South Texas, be closer to family. This could be you, friend. You're going to be super happy if you call the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Here's the number to call. Have that conversation today from a distance, even from out of state, if they're moving to the area. And we got lots of people moving to the area from out of state, and they want a nice home. Call the Ryan and Brian real estate team, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Tesla executives said the EV maker is testing its driverless cars on Austin public roads with no people on board. Texas currently allows autonomous vehicle makers to test or operate ride-hailing services on public roads as long as their cars adhere to traffic laws. Consumer sentiment has fallen and layoffs are rising, and yet U.S. shoppers have fueled solid retail sales growth with a record turnout from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. Consumers across all incomes are turning to value-oriented retailers such as Walmart and TJ Maxx. The Trump administration has unveiled a new initiative dubbed the U.S. Tech Force, comprising about 1,000 engineers and other specialists who will work on artificial intelligence infrastructure and other technology projects throughout the federal government. Participants will commit to a 2-year employment program. Futures are slightly lower ahead of economic data. Monday, the Dow Industrials lost 41, the NASDAQ down 137. That's Your Money Now.
Got a really nice forecast for you today. So highs should be in the mid 70s and then lows tonight, low to mid 60s. And AccuWeather says, well, don't be surprised if we have a pop-up brief shower somewhere. That slight chance of rain, it lingers in the forecast into tomorrow as well, with highs tomorrow in the upper 70s. Thank you for waking up with Newstalk 710 KURV. Radio Para Mi is the free app. We encourage that you go find it, Radio Para Mi, and find 710 KURV at Radio Para Mi. That way you can listen on your smartphone. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on the Valley's Morning News.
For over a century, one name has stood for quality, safety, and service in the commercial roofing and waterproofing industry, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. While our services have grown, our commitment to safety, ongoing training, customer service, and attention to detail has remained the foundation of our success, ensuring our teams are prepared, our customers are protected, and our projects are delivered with excellence.
From roofing and sheet metal to waterproofing and caulking, leak repair and preventative maintenance, and even full building and parking garage restoration, Chamberlain delivers professional, personalized results every time.
From large-scale roof replacements or quick leak repair, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing provides top-quality installations at a competitive price, all with the spirit of cooperation for our valued clients.
Now serving Rio Grande Valley and throughout Texas, you can count on Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing to deliver more. Call 956-655-6178 or visit ChamberlainLTD.com to learn more.
Some people say you can't spell destination without destiny. Truth is, a destination doesn't need a why, it needs a when, and that when is now. McAllen flies nonstop to destinations you're destined to love. Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, Orlando, Los Angeles, Austin, Mexico City, or the beaches of Cancun with one-way flights starting at $100. Enjoy ticketless tap-and-fly parking, a full bar, and VIP lounge. Your summer destiny is a destination from McAllen International Airport. Fly above, beyond at flymfe.com.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donna. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, a name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and zero down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivettas family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivettas for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivettas for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
Tuesday edition of the Valley's Morning News. Merry Christmas from News Talk 710 KURV. T-minus 9 days, Freddie. 9 more days to Las Christmas. Well, it is December 16th, 2025. Show producer Fred Cruz, and from AccuWeather, meteorologist Jason Caterina. I'm Sergio Sanchez, and we start the morning temperatures mostly in the mid-50s. Highs today should be in the mid-70s. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The killer is still out there this morning, 3 days after gunning down 2 Brown University students, wounding 9 others in a mass shooting.
Videos appear to show the potential gunman walking near Brown University at 2 p.m. on Saturday. That is just 2 hours before the shooting. The man is seen wearing a dark beanie, a surgical mask over his face, and a dark two-tone jacket. This person of interest is described as a male, 5'8", with a stocky build.
Fox's Brian Yanis reporting from Providence. The son of legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner will be in court later this morning. Cops say Nick Reiner killed his father and his mother, Michelle. A father and son duo responsible for the shooting rampage at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia, leaving 15 dead, inspired by the terror group ISIS. That from the Australian Prime Minister. America's listening to Fox News.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing some major TV companies, saying that companies are spying on folks in Texas by secretly recording what they watch in their home. The major companies include Samsung, Sony, LG, also TCL and Hainese, which are both based in China. The Attorney General saying companies have no business illegally recording American devices. Latest on proposals for education, a look at higher education, some arguing that we need to improve how colleges and universities are graded.
Studies show that public confidence in college is crashing. Experts say it's because everybody gets an A even if they don't deserve it.
Transcripts today are almost meaningless.
Tom Lindsay with the Texas Public Policy Foundation points to a new study that found that kids at UC San Diego did not know how to add fractions or round numbers. He wants the Texas legislature to pass a law mandating that next to every grade, schools need to list how other students fared as a way to add context.
That's Michael Board. Freddie, you want to guess how big the gaming industry is in our country? Throw me a number. Yeah, money-wise. How big the gaming industry is. Throw me a number real quick. $1 billion? Times 19. It's $19 billion, which is up 7% from the previous year. Isn't that crazy? $19 billion. Man, that's a lot of wasted time in front of the TV, just playing games. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Merry Christmas from all the gang here. Again, join us on your smartphone. The free app is called Radio Para Mí. I encourage you to visit the Port of Brownsville website. It is, appropriately enough, portofbrownsville.com. As an information-minded individual, appreciate you so much tuning in to the morning news here at KURV, catching up to speed on relevant information for your pocketbook, for your health, economic news, and some of the power plays taking place in politics and academia. Portofbrownsville.com. Every month they produce a newsletter, great information on how our port is growing by leaps and bounds. It is the economic engine of our region, the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville, not only for the valley, but the steel, the steel material being worked on, whether it's recycling or they take the steel, they build some ships, or that steel that comes in and goes to North Mexico, the industrial portion of Mexico, Monterrey, Saltillo area, all the multinationals out there producing consumer goods using all that steel. Yep, that's the port. Our Port of Brownsville is like the Port of Monterrey as well, because all the steel, the raw materials, they go there. Stay in the know, portofbrownsville.com. Get the monthly newsletter and breaking news from the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list,